Hi everyone, it's Rachael here at Ditch the Diet. Good morning. I hope you are well this morning and I hope you're well this morning and have enjoyed your week so far. This morning I wanted to come on and talk to you about something a bit different. Something a bit different from food and exercise and all of the things that we're getting told to do or not to do at this time of year. And really it's not got huge amounts. We're not going to be talking about food and exercise today, but what we are going to be talking about is looking after our mental well-being at this time of year. I've had lots of conversations this week with lots of different people, friends and family, about navigating the pressures that we feel at this time of year to be doing certain things or acting in a certain way. And for me personally, it's quite an important thing because I do suffer from mental health problems. And at this time of year, I think we are sort of expected to be a certain way, say certain things, act a certain way, do certain things. And the media, social media, podcasts, television, all of these types of things, adverts on TV, they all really sort of seem to portray this perfect picture of what Christmas and New Year should look like. And I wanted to share some personal experience and some experiences of people that I come into contact with on a daily basis. That doesn't have to be the case all the time. So yes, we see on social media and TV that this time of year is like a happy time of year where we're all like eating good food, drinking nice drinks, spending time with friends and family, wearing matching pyjamas, waking up on Christmas morning to lots of nice food and nice gifts, and going out with friends and going to work's Christmas parties, friends' Christmas parties, going out, doing this, that, next thing. When in reality, sometimes that's not what we actually want to do. It's what we feel like we should be doing. Now that's not to say I'm not a total misery guts, like please don't get me wrong in saying this, like I'm not a misery guts by any means, and I absolutely love socialising. I love seeing friends and family at this time of year. I love spending time with people, but there are certain things that like I've found myself feeling like I have to do when actually in reality I would love to have just said no. And I wanted to come on this morning to the podcast and on Facebook Live and Instagram TV, wherever you might be watching, and just say, like, I wish I could take my own advice, and I am trying to take my own advice more now than I did last year, the year before, and just sort of encourage you to look after your own sort of mental well-being and emotional well-being at this time of year, and to say that, I mean, sometimes it just takes someone else to sit in front of you and give you permission to say no to doing things that you don't want to do, and say yes to more of the things that you do want to do. And I can guarantee that anyone that's sitting listening or watching this morning, you will have done things over the past few weeks, or you might have stuff coming up in the next few weeks that you've said yes to doing that actually emotionally and mentally you don't feel like doing, or you actually don't want to do, but you feel like you should because of perceptions from other people or perceptions of what this perfect Christmas and New Year lifestyle actually needs to look like. And I just wanted to sit in front of you this morning and give you permission to say no. Because sometimes we have to look after ourselves, because at this time of year, especially if you're a parent, but not just if you're a parent, but especially if you are a parent, you're constantly looking after other people, and it can be difficult to actually look after your own mental well-being and physical well-being at this time of year, because we often prioritise other things over our own physical well-being. Maybe we skip going to the gym, or we don't go out walking as much, or we don't look after ourselves as much because we think, oh, we should be doing this, I should be doing that, I should be doing this. And do you know what? See, those two words, should be, those two words can put so much pressure on you, not just at this time of year in December and the lead up to Christmas and New Year, but in general in life, those two words, should be or I should, can be an absolute killer. So just remember that this morning, is that there's no such thing as should be. You do what is right for you. You do what is good for your mental and physical well-being as well as everyone else's. And if you feel that you're overcommitting to doing things at this time of year that you don't want to do, that are not making you feel good, that are maybe putting undue stress and anxiety onto you, then we have to start thinking about graciously turning things down, and just saying thanks for the opportunity, but actually tell the truth or tell a white lie, whatever you need to do to just say, actually, I'm going to look after myself today instead of everyone else. Now, I don't get me wrong, please. I am someone who loves looking after other people. I'm really good at it, and I really enjoy looking after other people, and I enjoy doing things for other people, to the point where I often neglect myself for fear of what other people might think if I say no. So I am not the perfect human being sitting here on my pedestal looking down at everyone. I always say that. I'm not on a pedestal. I am sitting here amongst you, feeling the same, experiencing similar things at this time of year, and I am giving this advice to myself as well as everyone else out there who's watching and listening. And I know it's easy for me sitting here saying, you need to take time for yourself, you need to do things for yourself, you need to look after yourself, you need to start saying no to things that you don't want to do. But I know how difficult it is, because then you're faced with the backlash, or the perceived backlash of what might happen, what other people might say, how other people might react, and all of these kinds of things. But I just wanted to come on this morning and just say, look, don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you don't want to do something, then don't do it. But if I had a conversation with someone yesterday about their work's Christmas night out, and they were saying, actually, I don't know if I actually want to go. I don't know. I'm not sure if I feel like it. And I said, well, wait until the day, Saturday this week, and see how you feel. Because you might feel differently on Saturday to how you feel now. You might feel differently, you might feel up for it on Saturday. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to go. Just see how you feel when you get to that point and say, okay, maybe I don't feel like it today. Okay, I'm just going to either say to my colleagues, actually, I'm not coming because I don't feel like it. Or just tell a little white lie if that helps you. Just, I'm not well. Do you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. And do something, don't just sit and mope. Like, if you've made the decision not to do something, don't sit there and go ruminate over, oh, what will such and such think if I don't go? Oh, they must all be talking about me. Oh, I'm terrible, and sit there and mope. Instead of doing that, actually plan yourself something instead that is going to fill you up. Fill up your cup. So don't sit there and ruminate on all the things that might be happening or that have happened. If you're going to say no to something, make sure that you have a reason to say no to it. Don't mope. Or mope for a little while. What I like to do is, I do like to mope. My friends and family will tell you that I'm a bit of a moper, and I'm definitely a ruminator. I definitely ruminate far too much. Set yourself a time limit for moping. And this was something that a friend told me a couple of years ago. And she said, look, if you want to mope, set yourself a time limit for moping. And give yourself, okay, you've got 2 hours starting from now. Be a misery guts. After that, no more. Get up and do something for yourself. Now, coming from someone that has anxiety and has a depression, has had depression, I haven't got do not suffer from depression anymore. Do suffer from anxiety though, and constant fear of what other people think of me, believe it or not. I am not sitting here saying, you know, if you are suffering from anxiety or depression, that you give yourself a time limit and then you wake up and be like, whoa, okay, no more depression, not anxious anymore. I know that it doesn't work like that. But do set yourself a time limit and say, right, okay, I've got an hour, I'm going to sit and I'm going to think about all these things, and then after that I'm going to do something productive. So that is my advice to you. Now, I am no qualified psychologist, psychiatrist, or anything of those things. The only thing that I am speaking from is 10 years of experience of mental health challenges. And I hope that this little video / podcast has helped you in some way today to just think, okay, maybe I don't have to put all this pressure on myself. Maybe that thing that's coming up at the weekend, I can actually say, do you know what, actually I don't feel like doing that. I'd rather go shopping on my own and sit in Costa and have a flat white and just read my book. Maybe you want to stay at home with the Waynes. Maybe you want to just sit and do nothing. And that's okay. That's okay. You're not a failure. You're not a lazy bastard. You just want to look after yourself. And I'm working really hard on that at the moment. And I would like to think that this has helped you in some way. So if it has, leave me a comment, because I like to have reassurance. I seek reassurance, and I'm quite happy to say that. Leave me a comment, share the video, and if you've enjoyed listening on the podcast and you feel like someone in your life needs to hear this, then please do share the link with them. Thanks for listening this morning. As you can see, I am dressed to go to the gym, so I am going to go to the gym now and do a workout, and then after that I'm doing some serious self-care today before I travel to Scotland tomorrow to see my family. So I'm quite excited about that. So I might not be on tomorrow because I will be travelling to Glasgow tomorrow, which is quite exciting, but I definitely will be around on Friday. So I'll see you then. Take care, have a good day, and remember to say no if you don't want to do something.